Right.
Sorry, folks, we had technical difficulties there. Now we're live. We've been talking 10 minutes. Didn't even realize we're not live. Of course, I am your host, champion of the Royal Ramble, Mr. Tommy Thomason. We got Michael Lee Wills, Lyndon Childress is here with us. Sunny Salem, emergency of Sunny Salem. She couldn't be here with us tonight. We're missing somebody else, but I can't remember who it was. I got Alzheimer's or something.
I have an idea, but I wouldn't say we were really missing him. Could it be that guy that talks a lot?
Oh man, that guy.
He reminds me of Opie Cunningham or John. John Covey Cole. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. But Ramblers, we're glad to have you here. We're seeing some of them starting to tune us in. Like I said, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. We're going right now. So, guys, how's it going this week? Watched a lot of wrestling this week.
Well, I watched a lot of I watched Raw last night. I'm kind of along the mindset of a lot of folks that wrestling is sort of getting dull, boring, whatever you want to call it. But I really am enjoying the storyline and the interlocking storylines that revolve around the bloodline with the tag team of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens matching up again, and Cody Rhodes. The way they're all working together, I'm really liking that. And I mentioned it to you in the pre-show before we went live. Say what you want about Roman Reigns, he's a far distance from where he was getting slain in the ring on the mic by John Cena. He's really a believable character now, and he really is. Well, he is the face of WWE. Well, he's the man in WWE right now. And,
right.
That's what I pull from it. I really like that KO and Sammy are back together. I love the route that Cody Rhodes has taken. Basically, to paraphrase somebody, keep my daddy's name out your bleeping mouth type of thing. Because he says, my daddy's not coming in here to elbow drop you. My brother's working somewhere else. I'm all alone here and, do all this. And I like the little side story they did where he called out Solo Sikoa on his own and says, you ain't ready.
All right. Yeah, and of course, we mentioned earlier before we got to go on air the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn thing where they're looks like they're going for the tag team titles, and like we said before, I think the bloodline WrestleMania 39 is going to hurt the bloodline with Roman Reigns possibly losing both titles, the tag titles, like I say, maybe going to Zayn and Owens. It's going to be an interesting WrestleMania so far. See how everything plays out and how it will play out afterwards.
Oh, tag titles going to KO and Sammy. That's happening with a definite. You ain't escaping that. That's happening with a definite.
If that happens, is that the first crack in the bloodline?
That's the first crack in the bloodline. Because here's the two choices you got come Mania. You got two choices. You either keep those titles on Roman, let him hit the 1,000-day marker in his historic run, which will happen, I think, May 27th is when he'll hit that 1,000 days when they have the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view.
Okay.
Then you have him lose those titles come SummerSlam. Cody can take the hit of this loss. He can take it. Because it just rebuilds him for him to be the one to take the titles off of Roman.
Right.
But you don't put so much into this bloodline story that Usos losing their tag titles to Owens and Zayn is what's going to be those cracks that start.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
Makes sense.
I mean, if you take the titles off of Roman at Mania, well, then that's just. I mean, come on. I mean, we understand it. Like we know you want everybody wanting Cody. It's like been pushed for Cody to win it. I'm like, for me, I
Right.
feel like it's not the right time. Like I'm not saying Cody's not going to win it, but I don't think Mania is the right time for it to hit.
Okay.
Like SummerSlam, definitely, but Mania, I'm like, man, I don't know, because like I said, Roman been carrying that company 3 years on his back with this damn character.
Right.
Like the Bloodline storyline has been the best thing they've had the last 3 years because
Exactly.
there's always something new added to it. Like,
Well, you
so I
bring
mean,
an interesting.
there's two different directions it can literally go. It just depends on which one do you want to go more.
But you bring up an interesting point though, Lyndon. If that's been the thing going for WWE these past 3 years, what makes you think they're not going to ride that gravy train for as long as they can? And he don't give up the belt until after 1,000 days, or even
That's that.
farther.
That's why I'm
Right.
saying it's like I really don't see Roman dropping the title at Mania. I just don't see it. Like I know
If
everybody wants Cody to win the titles because he's Rhodes. Like I understand that. Like love it, but it's not the right time. Let
okay,
Roman continue this historic run. Let him hit that 1,000 marker,
well, let
and
me ask you
then
this.
let the process happen of where the bloodline starts to crack even more.
Right, like without any allies. But here's the question: if not then at WrestleMania, when? And if not Cody Rhodes, then who? Who else is there left to take the title off of Roman Reigns?
You
Sami
finish it
Zayn
who you
got
start.
got wrong.
No. You finish it who you started it with. This bloodline thing started with Jay and Roman.
Really, Jey Uso?
It needs to end with Jay and Roman.
Huh?
This storyline. Here's the thing that most people don't realize because if you don't watch anything else outside of WWE, you won't understand. This
Right.
storyline has been done before on the Independents within the same family. The storyline in WWE it's been done in the independent scene with this storyline.
Okay. I
So
mean, I thought you was going
there's a
the route with
lot.
Adam Page where he started going for the title from day one and finally got it. But
Well, see, and
I
that's another
agree that
thing
happens
too
on
with
this.
AEW. With
Yeah,
AEW, like I mean, that was like written. That was like being wrote from the get go of Hangman Page finally winning it from Kenny because that was just years of writing for that.
sure.
With this, with this, I'm just like this thing started with Jay and Roman. It needs to finish with Jay and Roman.
Okay. Okay.
Only thing, and it doesn't even have to be for the titles. That's the thing. Cody can take the titles off of Roman at SummerSlam, and the thing with the Bloodline can end on its own without it being for a title.
If and when Roman does lose, does he still stay a major player in the championship picture,
Uh,
or does he stay
no,
gone for a while?
he's gonna be gone for a while because this man's been carrying the company on his back for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
He finna have a good long vacation for a minute,
Yeah.
And if you want to bring
which
up
he
real
deserves.
life,
Which
he
he
could always.
deserves.
Yeah, he does. And you hate to bring up real life, but there's always a chance his cancer could come back. You know, one could say that could be the moment that it's time to take the belt off of him.
But it also depends on if they're going to split the brands, which they've been talking about for what, like a year, 2 years. They want to split, but then they're like, eh. See, that's what Sean was saying. I've seen those same reports too, but reports can always change, and there's not really a
True.
clear cut. There's not really a clear cut somebody that has the right info, especially if it's coming from Dave Meltzer. It's never right.
Right. And
So people can say Roman has requested, but it's like it all depends on how this story goes.
and you never know. He might be wanting to go make a movie with The Rock.
I mean, he might.
Who
You
knows?
never know.
He's done it before.
You never
I
know.
mean,
That's right.
Roman could win and take that time off still till SummerSlam. He could literally do that. Just
Oh yeah,
shine
you're
more
right.
light. just shine more light on your Intercontinental Championship and United States Championship.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm like, let Roman leave with the titles, and then y'all just come up with some idea to make a interim title, and then Roman come back at SummerSlam. Like, nah, I'm still tribal chief. I just took a break. I got the real thing. They can do that. It
Kind of
wouldn't
like
be
what
unlike it wouldn't be
Punk.
unlike WWE to do something like that.
Right. Yeah, they did it with Punk and Cena there when he left with the belt, and then they had that big tournament, and Ray won the tournament, and Cena beat
Exactly.
Ray, and then oh yeah, that'd be plumb wild.
They can do that same thing. Roman can take the belts after Mania.
Yep.
Guys, what's going on with our live stream? It's like you don't think he who shall not be named is messing with our feed, do you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good.
I'd hope.
I'd hope not. I mean, at least he put you as the champ and me as the number one. I guess that's number one contender. Okay, fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, also that just popped up out of nowhere. I noticed the change. I was like, wow, it just popped up out of nowhere. But I mean, everybody knows the champ and the number one contender. What to say there?
I mean, why build Cody up like this and not let him win? Well, look at all the pop that Sami Zayn got. He didn't win.
Exactly.
But good Lord, he was put over.
I was about to say, did we not see what happened with Sami Zayn? How over was Sami when he went to his match with Roman at Elimination Chamber? That almost really put them in a dilemma. It's like, if y'all don't know how much this crowd is having for Sami, you cannot never put this man in another main event for a title. Because if he's this over, then you're going to have a problem heading into WrestleMania.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Like, I mean, one, it's in his hometown of Montreal, so what did you expect? You expect him not to get that big chant he was going to get? Like, but I'm just like, WWE would have put themselves in a very bad predicament. Like, okay, so we got Sami who's over as a babyface. We have Cody who's over as a babyface.
Yeah.
Cody is kind of technically the superstar they've needed to push as a babyface because, I mean,
Hey,
I don't know, but I still think Seth is the babyface too now on Raw.
fucking crap about that.
Because I tell everybody, like, Seth is like freaking Teflon. I call him Teflon Rollins. Like, because he's like, Seth can put on a banger of a match, don't need to win, and still be over. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and of course Kevin Owens had a big run there during the COVID when they was wrestling that Tropicana. Had that wild well, anywhere goes, anywhere falls match. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, they build them up and putting them down.
I mean, Roman was a dead horse 5 years prior before he even went on this heel run.
Right.
If anything, he's breathed new life into that old horse.
I mean, do we not remember how much Vince was really trying to push Roman as a babyface down everybody's throats?
Never worked.
Like, that was beat with the dead horse. Roman, this is the best work Roman has done his whole entire career.
Yeah.
Minus him getting schooled by John Cena on the microphone twice.
Yep.
I'm not gonna say Theory had it worse, but Roman went through it twice with John. But Theory kind of got his ass handed to him too by John.
Well, what do you think about the program that he had with the Undertaker, though? Because
what's funny is I've been reading, and I think I think I was watching something where Undertaker was saying how when it came to the streak being ended, the one person he said who should have ended that streak was Roman.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But Brock really didn't need to end that streak. Let's be real
Right.
here. Brock didn't need to end it. There was really
So
no point of Brock ending it. For that was just Vince stupidity for why that happened. Brock
Yep.
didn't need to do it.
You're
Roman
right.
probably would have only been the right one to end that streak against Undertaker.
I thought all this time that was a shoot and that Undertaker legitimately got knocked out, and
He did. He got knocked out.
so
That was, I think, in like the
Yeah,
first.
Brock-
it wasn't intentional that Brock
It
won.
wasn't intentional. It wasn't
Yeah.
intentional that Brock won, but Taker was
Yeah.
got a concussion. I think maybe 5-10 minutes into that match.
Yep. Yeah, that actually happened.
He wasn't
that
right.
Was all, that was
Yeah.
all muscle memory, is what that was.
Yep.
With Taker, that was all muscle memory.
Yep. And Brock had to carry.
But Taker said though, if anybody who should have ended that streak, it should have been Roman.
Yeah.
He should have been the only one that ended that streak, which makes sense. He should have been the only one to end that streak. But then again,
yeah.
I go to say too, this has been Roman's best work. Like, some people are gonna like it, some people aren't gonna like it, but honestly, this has been the best work.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
Really?
No, what?
It ain't take them that long to show up, guys. Come on now, you know this.
Well, at least he ain't hiding behind the Royal Ramble logo.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. Junk up.
I mean, did y'all really?
Yeah, at least we're here.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
This has been one of the best Royal Rambles we've had. Even if we did start 10 minutes late. We were all talking
We could talk, yeah.
and not
Yeah.
over each other.
Right.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just like what Lennon said, that that group sucked. I think we can all agree that John Covey Cole's a jerk. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Converse with you, goofs.
Really?
What?
I don't know.
I bet,
I know.
oh my God.
I know he ain't calling me a goof because I will slap him right through this camera.
I'll stun him.
Your
And-
son, that's exactly right.
Tommy Thomason can put the chicken wing or the sleeper hold on him.
That's right. The chicken wing, baby. You stun him right into the chicken wing, and Linda, he'll drop that leg drop on.
Hey, raise your hand if you've beaten John Covey Cole.
Only thing Lyndon needs to do is give him a Montez Ford backhand. That's all.
I'll buy you the ticket to come back to Beckley from where? Atlanta?
Yeah.
That-
I will just backhand him like Montez.
Oh my goodness. You know, I think it's just more than me and Tommy Thomason.
Well, everyone. Wow, that's pretty smart right there.
I'm a little biased, but that's the best looking response I've seen in a long time.
That is awesome. You know, it's about bill paying time, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Hold on a second.
What is this?
Oh,
Daisy,
numbered as champ.
what is this? What do you mean not coming tonight?
Your days are numbered.
My days are numbered.
That's what he said. Hold on, let's bring that back up. Let's take a look at that again. Tommy Thomason's days are numbered as champ. My plan is moving into place. Why do you think I'm not there tonight? Huh?
Really? Oh, your plan's moving into place. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to track him down and ruin his plan. That's right. I'm going to track down John Covey Cole, mess up his plan. I think, hey, you two guys. I think you two guys can handle this for right now. I'll go mess up his plan, You pay some bills, keep talking wrestling, and I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Ramble on.
All right. Well, I think on that, I think we need to run a commercial.
Let's go.
Come on down to the Mad Hatter Club here in Beckley, West Virginia. Plenty of drinks to choose from, plenty of TVs to watch the games on. We have so much going on down here. As you can see, we like to party, so come on down and join us. You think you got skills on the pool table? Come on down and show us what you got. We have live music, we have karaoke, we got everything that you need to have a good time here at the Mad Hatter Club in Beckley, West Virginia. You can't find a bar that feels like home? Well, we got you. Come see us. Because you know what? We're all mad here. So come on down and join us at the Mad Hatter Club, 410 2nd Street, 252-7262.
Gavin Ward can take care of your real estate needs, including loan closings, title searches, and deed preparation. Gavin also specializes in landlord-tenant matters and estate planning. Josh Miller has the experience and skills needed to handle your personal injury or wrongful death case, including car, truck, and motorcycle accidents. He will fight for you. If you're in debt and considering bankruptcy, Gavin and Josh will guide you through the bankruptcy process. 2 lawyers, 1 office for all your legal needs. Gavin Ward and Josh Miller. Call us today.
And then there were 2. I can't hear you, Mike. We're muted. You gotta unmute us.
Gotcha.
There we go.
How about now? And we're back, guys. For those of you just tuning in, Sonny Salem had an emergency, and then Mr. Tommy Thomason, well, Lyndon, I'll let you explain that.
Tommy Thomason had to kind of dip out because he's going to track down John Covey Cole. So now he just left with me and Mike Wills, people.
Yep. Uh-oh.
This Jeff Baker?
Oh, my goodness. That's kind of coincidental, don't you think?
That's gotta be a coincidence.
Has to be. Gotta be
a coincidence.
All right. So, well, Lyndon, I don't think we've ever done a 2-man show before.
Dude, I don't think we've ever done a 2-man show. This is interesting.
Yeah. This might be a good time, sir, if I may. Can we bring up the events of last Rumble? Or did we already cover that?
No, we kind of covered it. I think we covered it.
Was that in the 10 minutes we were off air?
Yeah, that was in the 10 minutes we were kind of offline. So, I mean, but honestly, just it's the kind of thing, with stereotyping, it's not really much of stereotyping. I think it's much more of if something doesn't work, it just doesn't work.
I agree.
That was the thing with Hit Road. They just don't work. You don't have swerves, they don't work. So, I mean, that's all there was to say on that.
Right.
But, now, there was another interesting thing I was seeing this past week in wrestling. So, I think I've been looking at some wrestlers who've been tweeting, and I saw one from Rhea Ripley the other day. Because there's been issues of how fans are coming up to the superstars wanting their autographs and stuff like this and that, and I'm like, literally, these guys can't sign anything because, well, they're not allowed to, because it's like they have it's against their contract they have with WWE to sign stuff, but fans for some reason keep showing up, doing it, trying to get these autographs and stuff like that. So, I guess the general feeling is, I don't think the wrestlers are wrong on this at any point, right?
Well, yeah, there has to be some responsibility and accountability. I think I read a similar article on that, Lyndon, and she basically said, well, in layman's terms, she's not having it. I mean, she gets out, she gets off the plane at the airport, and they're following her out the airport. I get that, but they're just basically hounding these folks for their, signatures, and then turning right around and selling them on eBay or something. hey, I'm a fan. I would love to get a signature, but not for nefarious means. I mean, I don't get it. There's other folks out there that does that, but you know, have some respect. They're human beings.
And that's why I kind of commended Rhea for putting her foot down. Like, yeah, I agree with Rhea on this. Like, and I understand it comes with the territory because you're a WWE superstar, and
Right.
and it probably also happens to others that are in sports like NBA, NFL, all those other sports. It happens. It comes with the territories. Even in Hollywood for actors, it happens. It comes with the territory. But I think humans forget that we're all humans, and you can't just keep on badgering at something. Like, I think that they need to remember that these guys travel 365 days in a year.
Yes.
And you coming up to them and asking for their autograph, like, bro, they're busy, they're moving. Like, you can't. It's like you can't. Like, I understand you're a wrestling fan and you want to like get their autograph because this and that, but you also have to understand the human part of it.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure some of these guys sometimes just want to be treated like a natural human being.
Yeah, sure.
And I mean,
if nothing else, read the room. I mean, if you're going from point A to point B, that's one thing. If you're at a convention and they're sitting behind a desk and they want to sign for everything, that's what they're there
yeah,
for.
it's like a meet and greet. Like, that's why they do the meet and greets at the events and everything for that purpose.
Right.
It's like, because if I was one of them, if I was in the airport, it's like, and somebody came up to me, it's like, look here, but not today. I'm busy.
Yeah.
Catch you later. Like, I ain't trying to be an asshole or dick or anything, but I'm busy. So I commend Rhea for putting her foot down. I commend
Right.
her for being like, hey, like, just because you see me in the airport, don't mean you can come up and bum rush me for
Right.
an autograph when I can't do it outside.
Exactly.
Meet and greets for you, like I can't do it.
And the way Rhea did it was smart, because if she did it in person, everybody would put her on blast for being such a bad person when all she's doing is just
Exactly.
defending herself, you know?
Exactly, and that's the thing about wrestling fans. They like to put those on blast because, oh, they didn't sign this autograph for me because they're. I was like, dude, they're trying to get to their next destination. What the hell you think was going to happen?
Exactly.
They were trying to get to their next destination. Like, they stayed traveling.
Exactly. That's what they do.
It's like, just because you decided to stop your day and go to an airport to find them because you're following them on Twitter or Instagram or something and stalking them and being like, oh, this is when they're going to be here. Let's go. Dude, come on.
Right.
They're human. You got to understand that.
Now, I'm not going to be John Covey Cole, but to play devil's advocate, if you will, what about, they signed up for this life? Isn't that part of the life? Somebody's going to come up and say, hey, listen, you're a celebrity. You should expect it,
And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I said, but understandably, too, it comes with the territory. And it's going to happen.
Right.
So
Exactly.
That's why it's kind of like one of those two-sided swords. It's like, I understand, like, I see the wrestler standpoint of, if they could, they would. It's like, but they can't because of their contract. Like,
Right.
They can't do it. But I also understand, okay, but this comes with, it comes with the territory.
Sure.
It does. That's true.
But at what
Also,
point?
like, actors and like other sports like NFL, they can do that with no problem because they're not really limited in space or anything with that. But with
Right.
WWE superstars, it's like they kind of have to stay within the realm of, we can't do this unless it's at a meet and greet or something like that of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so I think it's just one of those things where, I understand fans want, to meet their favorite superstar, get their autograph, have a memory. I get that. I understand that. But they also need to kind of just sometimes learn to back off and just, if you see a superstar, just say, hey, hope you're having a good day. And then, go about your business.
I think there's some folks in the chat that are saying something about this.
So Jeff Baker, you basically understand it. Like,
Right.
they just want the autograph to go on eBay, sell it, and get a few bucks from it. Like, bro, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
But then you do have those. But you do have those fans that are passionate,
Sure.
and you really do keep those memories. Like, this was something special, like just in their life.
Yeah.
But then, like, Jeff Baker saying, like, you do have those others that just want to be like, can I get your autograph? Boom. Then turn around and go sell it on eBay for this much money and blah, 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 blah.
Sure. And, I know all of us that's been here talking on the Ramble, we've all met the pros before. I've met a few. Tommy, every time he mentions meeting somebody, we all have to take a drink of something because he's always doing that plug like that. You've met people. John's met people. Jeff, of course. And me too. I've got my pictures took with quite a few of them. But you think I'm going to sell them? No. Those are keepsakes for me. Time with my kids going to the Beckley Armory and seeing folks like I don't know Kurt Angle for one comes to mind. So I get it. But that makes a good point to Jeff Baker. To his credit, he made a good point.
Yeah. He did.
And speaking of the Peanut Gallery, 30 Day. Oh my goodness. He got banned for something. I ain't going to look it up. I don't care. That's all right. So, Lyndon, do we want to talk about the good and the bad and what's next? Or
we're about another week out from Mania, I'm thinking.
First weekend.
We're about next week. Actually, we got a lot of stuff happening next week. Actually,
wow.
We got. I know we got ROH. They have their Supercard of Honor show next Friday.
Right.
Impact, I think, also has something next week.
Okay.
Well, so all the companies are starting to do their stuff along with Mania weekend.
It is the season for it. I mean, and I do look forward to WrestleMania season, just like some folks go to the Super Bowl or look forward to that. I plan to have a big bash here, if not Sunday, then definitely Saturday. And I enjoy that. Get all my family and friends together, sit around my sectional and watch my big screen TV, and everybody sit down, eat some snacks and watch the show and have a good time.
I mean, technically, right now, because they haven't said which, matches are on what nights, but honestly, we can do a rundown of who's winning what, talk about what match. So, because I kind of have the list of the matches.
Okay.
So, I guess we could start out with the obvious, and you guys can comment in the chat of who you think's going to win.
Absolutely.
The first match I'll start with, which they got, is the Raw Women's Championship. We got Bianca Belair versus Asuka.
Okay. This one's kind of a toss-up, kind of a meh for me. With both of those athletes being who they are, I'm not really digging the new persona of Asuka. I think Bianca should still stay the EST, and I pick Bianca on that one.
Yeah, I got you. Not many people understand Asuka's look, but if you've followed Asuka's career from Japan, you understand her look.
Wasn't that her heel look from back in the day?
This is her evil clown, killer clown Asuka.
Right.
You know what? Ain't even Asuka. That's Kana. That ain't even Asuka. That's Kana. Like, forget Asuka. That's Kana. That's who Bianca about to deal with at WrestleMania. That's what she's dealing with.
Right.
This one, I think it really does go to Asuka because this kind of was technically right or wrong. They made it at WrestleMania 34, which I still never agreed Charlotte beating Asuka in that one. Like they had AJ beat Shinsuke in that one. Didn't agree with.
So, you talk about when she was still riding the undefeated streak?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's why I'm just like, this kind of has a chance to right that wrong. But it's definitely going to be a great match between Bianca and Asuka.
Oh, I do agree with that.
It's going to be a tremendous match.
Okay.
So my pick, obviously, I'm going Asuka. on that pick.
Okay, so we're split on that one. All right.
Yep, love that one. So next match we got going. We got SmackDown Women's Championship. We got what is she? 14-time champion, Charlotte Flair.
Right.
And then we got Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
This one's obvious for me. I'm going Rhea on this one.
I would have to go with Rhea on that one as well.
Like, because last year, and the reason I say that because last year Charlotte walked into Mania champion, so I'm like, okay, so she's going back into Mania as champion, but I see Rhea winning the title.
Okay.
What else does Charlotte really need to do? Like, y'all done put the title on her more times than anybody else can count.
Do you think there's a movement for her to beat her dad's record? Because I really don't see them letting John Cena do it.
I'd rather have so many other people beat that record.
Right. But you're not necessarily a Charlotte fan, though, either.
Yeah. The only other person who I would really want to beat that record besides John would be Randy.
Be who?
Randy.
Okay. I could actually get on board with that.
Randy would be the only other person I would be okay with breaking Ric Flair's record.
Okay.
Only other person. Do I want Charlotte to break her own father's record? Not really.
Would she want to? Would he want her to?
But the girl is gifted in the ring, though. That's the thing. She's gifted in the ring.
Nobody denies that. I mean, she was a Division I college athlete. Obviously has the pedigree. She has the skills. She has the mic.
And we all remember she only did this because of her brother Reed. That was it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Reed, Charlotte wouldn't be doing this at
all. What about David? He had that small run in WCW, but
he was nothing like Reed. Reed was like a natural born freaking wrestler. Like Reed.
Right.
He was natural. It just came to him.
Okay.
It just came to Reed like nothing. Like if anybody was going to carry that next mantle of the Nature Boy, it would have been Reed. Like definitely.
I wish I had the opportunity to seen him. I saw Dave, but I never saw, Reed do any of that.
Because Reed was actually, I think Reed was having matches over in Japan.
Okay.
So he was doing the majority of his matches. So I mean, it was like. But if it wasn't for Reed, we would not have Charlotte in wrestling at all.
Right. I got you.
But in this match definitely going Rhea because it's also revenge because I honestly thought Rhea was going Bianca at first, but I was like, okay, interesting choice.
And you've noticed how the crowd is starting to move more towards Rhea's side, not so much as part of her group, but Rhea individually. They're starting to side with her, doing the chants of mommy, mommy, even though they can't stand, Dominic. But isn't that what you really want, to have that much kind of volcanic heat when it comes to being a heel? I mean,
yeah, that's kind of heat you want. Not going to even lie, that's the kind of heat you want.
Right.
All right, so far we've been split. We've agreed. Let's see, what else? We got our Hell in a Cell match. Edge versus Finn Balor.
This is one of those things where my head tells me one thing and my heart tells me another. Of course I want to see Edge win, but now you saw the newest stipulation. He's calling on the Demon. That version of Finn Balor.
Which I think Demon Finn does show up at WrestleMania.
Right. Given that stipulation, I think that would make a victory for Edge even more profound, because he has been hinting about retiring for real full time. So if he can't go out with the title, go out with something like that. Not saying that's his last match, but I gotta give the slight edge to Edge.
Yeah, as much as I have loved the Demon Finn, because Finn's done that since New Japan.
Right.
His Demon side. So
and I enjoy it.
As much as I love his Demon King, I already know I think Edge is going to win this one. Just simply because it's going to end the feud that they have. And with Edge too, he's kind of like realizing he doesn't have that much time left
Right.
to still go.
46, I think.
I think he's either 45 or 46.
Right.
But he wants to go out on his own terms. Since he
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
And I think when he does it, it's going to be in his hometown of Canada. I think is what's going to happen.
Hometown of Canada.
Oh, it's Toronto. My bad. Toronto.
Well, it makes sense. He's already the Hall of Famer. He wants to go out with a win. I believe he's earned that, if nothing else, for everything he's given the company. And I've seen him wrestle in WWE since day one. You know, I don't know about his indie stuff, but you know, he wants to go do movies and stuff. He let him. Absolutely.
Let him go on his own time.
Yeah. So we got 2 agrees and 1 disagree.
Yeah, so this next match, I think, might actually be like the steel match of the night. Like it might be the best match of the night. It might trump the match between Roman and Cody. But it's gonna be the Intercontinental Championship match.
Really? Okay.
Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus.
Interesting. I think that going traditional train of thought, Drew and Sheamus will cancel each other out, and Gunther will eke out the win.
That's what I said. Everybody was like, I think Gunther retains the title, but that match is going to be a hard-hitting match.
Yeah, it will. And by the way, why don't they just let him go back to Walter?
Dude, I have no clue. I mean, he might, because I feel like Pete Dunne is about to be Pete Dunne again and not Butch. I mean,
Exactly.
We got Piper Niven back from dude. I'm hopeful we'll get Walter back.
Yeah.
But I mean, Gunther been killing. I mean, Gunther has been, I think, by far probably the best Intercontinental champion they've had recently.
Yeah. I would go so far as to say that pound for pound, he's one of the best big men we've got in the game right now. If you want to call him a big man.
That match between him and Sheamus and Clash doesn't tell you how Gunther can go in a ring.
Oh, yeah.
My God, that match.
Yeah.
That match did 2 things in that one match. One, it elevated Gunther like completely.
Yep.
2, it put Sheamus back in the game.
Yeah. They put each other over.
Like, it accomplished 2 things. I'm like, you can't get much better than that. Like, that was the hard-hitting match, and that match was probably the match of the night.
I would go with that.
You couldn't get a harder-hitting match than Gunther and Sheamus. So now you have Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre in the same ring?
Right. Bunch of European guys going for the Intercontinental title. It's almost appropriate.
Literally. Like,
yeah.
You got, I think Gunther's from Austria, and then I think you got Sheamus. Sheamus is Ireland, and then Drew is
Scottish.
Yep. Like, literally, this is the right match for an Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
Literally the right match.
And it's kind of funny, but do you know who's the let's see. I forget who holds the record for the most IC titles, but this left-handed dude from Ohio is next in line, because I would like, and I know this is completely off topic, but I've always been a mark for The Miz. I would love for him to go for the IC title one more time so he can at least tie, I believe it was Jericho that held the record.
Does Jericho still hold the record?
That's what I'm saying. Jericho holds the record, and The Miz is one below him to at least tie Jericho. And
it might happen because I think they do want to elevate Gunther into the main championship picture.
Exactly. So yeah, that's kind of a little personal thing for me. What you were talking about being the match of the show, the championship matches notwithstanding, the one I would like to go to, if you want to go to this one next, is Seth freaking Rollins versus Paul.
Paul? Man, I'm going Seth Teflon Rollins all day.
Right. But let's talk about having it be the match of the night or whatever. They do bring in entertainment value.
Seth could have a match with anybody and make them look freaking good.
Yeah, but for the limited time Logan Paul has had, and I'm not trying to be a mark for Logan Paul, but he's got some skills. I mean, we saw how he snatched him out of the air that last time at the last pay-per-view.
I will say this. Logan does have skills.
Yes.
He does have skills. I'll give him that. That's about it. But I give more credit to Seth because Seth can put on a match with anybody. You have rare superstars that can put on matches with anybody and make it look great.
Okay.
Because I remember one time Kurt Angle said, they asked Kurt, it's like, who do you think gave you like one of your best matches? The first person he said was AJ Styles.
Oh, wow.
Because AJ Styles is a great in-ring worker.
Okay.
It will give you a 5-star match.
Absolutely.
Seth Rollins is that same way. Seth doesn't even have to win the match because he'll still be over. That's
Right.
the thing. That's why I call him Teflon, because I'm just like, this dude can lose and still be over. Like, he proved that when going against Cody 3 times.
Yeah.
Dude was still over.
And I did like how they transitioned Seth with the character he was, and he's a face now. But everybody just got behind him for the product he's putting out there. You know, he didn't really change much of his persona. You know, his Seth freaking Rollins character is still basically the same when he was a heel, but everybody's got behind him, and because of the catchy music, if nothing else. But I've gotten behind him from that, and I would have to go with. I think I'd go with Seth on this one.
Going with Seth on this one.
Yeah, but he'd still put Logan over.
Yeah.
He's going to put something. I mean, I know it's all. I mean, the one punch knockout shtick that he's got. Yeah, that's cool, but it's been done so many times. I mean, everybody's got a punch. You know, you've got the women's right. You've got the Superman punch. You've got the Big Show's knockout punch, you know.
Yeah, definitely understand that one.
Sure.
So next one I got United States Championship, Austin Theory versus John Cena.
For me, this one's a toss-up. Of course, do you remember back when Fandango debuted at WrestleMania?
He got the win over Jericho.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this.
Jericho was fine with putting Fandango over. Oh, trust me, Austin Theory's going to win the match.
Okay.
John don't need to win the match.
Sure, he'll win the fight, but not the match. Is what I'm driving at.
John don't need. What does John? Why he need to win the match for? Like, he don't need to win it.
No, I agree. That's like I said, he'll win the fight, but not the match. You know what I'm saying?
Like John said in his promo to Austin Theory, bro, you win, you still lose everything. You lose, you still lose everything.
Right. And John is just keeping his streak alive of performing once a year, and WrestleMania is one of them things. You know. Now, I do like the turn that Theory's character is taking, where he's getting a little bit more serious, and he's, you know, still doing heel moves, but I liked the matches that he had with, you know, his last two matches. Like what you just talked about.
Street Profits.
With Street Profits. Montez Ford and
Angelo. Yep.
And Angelo Dawkins, yeah. Didn't he beat Angelo Dawkins clean?
Yep. Beat him.
Yeah. Now, granted, you know, not Angelo, but the other one, his star is rising a little bit higher, so of course he had to subvert a little bit to get that one. But I like where the character's going. So, yeah, I agree with you. He'll win the match, but that's all he'll win. You know,
he still loses everything. By
sure.
John.
It's a no-win situation for him. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. He'll win the match, but
So we're going with Theory, basically winning the match.
On paper only, you know, or paper champion anyway.
All right. Next one we got coming up. Tag team match. Usos and Zayn Owens. I'm going with the Canadian boys.
I'm going with the Canadians on this one as well. And I think the bloodline starts to crack. You know,
This is the first crack within the bloodline.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, Cody Rhodes said as much. You know, Jay's going to leave, Jimmy's going to leave.
He
You know,
gonna follow his brother.
yeah,
Solo gonna follow. Solo gonna follow his brothers. It's like
yeah.
Roman, you gonna be alone.
You think there'll be a match next week of Cody versus Solo? Because isn't Solo still undefeated?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that would be a heck of a tune-up match with, you know, the powerhouse, you know, the enforcer, you know. I'd like to see it.
A Raw before Mania.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they'd let Solo have a few lines. He did talk in NXT.
He really did.
He needs some, I mean, no better way to practice than actually do the real thing.
Yep. I think we got two more matches. What's the next match?
The
Next
two,
one. Next one. Lesnar versus Omos.
does anybody care?
I don't really care for that match. Honestly, I don't care who wins it.
It's going to be a no decision. It'll be a double disqualification. They'll probably bust the ring because they have a thing for doing that.
I just don't really care who wins that match, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it's a stupid match. And there's Vince written all over it. So.
Yeah. It's good to see two big men fight. I get it. But it would be more interesting if they did a technical match than just a brawl. You know, let's see what they can do in the ring besides just be big. You know,
Exactly.
I mean, Brock Lesnar, love the guy, but he is nowhere the technical wrestler he used to be 10, 15 years ago. And I can't blame him, but all he does is punch and 5 different suplexes of doom, all right? You know?
Suplex City, man.
Yeah, Suplex City.
All right.
And then we come to the last one.
Oh, almost. We got one before.
Oh, one more? Okay.
We got the 6-woman tag match.
Again, don't care.
We got Damage Control versus Becky, Lita, and Trish. So,
A lot of people speculate Trish will turn.
would go heel, apparently, is what they're saying on Becky.
Right.
Is what's going to happen, which I don't mind that, honestly. I love a heel Trish.
Sure.
Trish as a heel is really was good. Gold.
Yeah.
So,
hmm
I'm fine with that. That's the route they go at Mania.
And with a triple threat match, the titles aren't up for grabs, so, you know, let Lita be a tag champ for a while longer, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that makes her a triple crown or winner, or
Damage Control can actually win this match.
right?
It's not back, so, I mean, yeah. That's just that. And then, last but not least, of course, I think the one that's like got everybody split. Because this can go two different ways. We got the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship match between Roman and Cody.
I see it going two ways. If it is a clean match, it goes to Cody. But as we all know, with Roman being in his position, there's no such thing as a clean match. Now, if there is interference, which way does the interference go? Do we have the cracks then, before the match, and people turn? Do we have status quo where his folks jump in and try to interfere, and then Cody's, you know, maybe the Canadians, fresh off their win, will come in and even up the odds, you know? So that's the beauty of WrestleMania. A lot of these matches, yeah, we can pretty much predict. This one,
you don't know what can happen.
I honestly don't know, and that's what's going to keep people, the butts in the seats and the butts behind the TV, to find out who it is. If my gut feeling tells me it's Roman, but I want Cody to win, of course, but my gut is Roman.
Here's the thing. I'm with everybody. You want Cody to win. All
Yeah.
the guys in AEW
Yeah,
want Cody to win.
absolutely.
But your gut telling you Roman gonna win.
Yeah,
Because don't crap usually happen to where Roman wins after that crap happens.
yeah. Or the times that he's been beaten, pinned 1, 2, 3, but there was no ref to count.
There's no ref. There's always a ref bump. And you know when the ref bump is coming. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you see a ref bump coming, Roman finna win this match.
Yeah,
if you don't see a ref bump happen, then okay, Cody might win this thing clean. But if you see a ref bump happen, Roman finna win this thing. Because Solo going to get involved in the match. Usos are more than likely going to get involved in the match. Sammy and KO going to get involved in the match.
Yeah.
There's a lot that can happen and transpire in that match with Cody.
I do believe there will be a winner. I don't believe there will be a DQ.
No, there's not going to be a DQ.
No, there has to be a winner because you can't leave that up in the air. I see the refs throwing people out to the back like they like to do if there's too much interference.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see how much discretion whoever ref has. I wish we had a list of who's going to be reffing which match because that could tell a lot of things too.
Yeah. I mean, right now, honestly, if I'm looking at, where I think they'll go,
I'd like to see Charles Robinson, Baby Nate.
I think they'll keep. I mean, I don't know. That's hard. Like I said, you really have to pay attention to the match because it's going to be hard to tell. Like you can say, like Cody's going to win this time, Roman's going to win, ain't time yet. You're going to hit that 1,000 days. Read it in a week.
Yeah. How close is he, by the way, to 1,000?
He ain't that far off. He hits it in May, so he probably had like 930 something, 40 something maybe.
So he is at a legit 3 years plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's been since 2020.
With the Universal Championship, 2020.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's literally gonna hit that in May.
Yeah, I mean the man hasn't been pinned in how many years?
He hasn't been pinned since 2019.
Since he came back from the cancer.
Yep. Only person he can't beat is Seth Rollins. That is the only person he can't beat is Seth.
Right. And I've seen him beat some men down too. I mean, he beat, KO a whole lot, but that was for a reason because that's the turning point for Sammy. So.
But he can't beat Seth though. He can't beat Seth clean because Seth
exactly.
Seth plays the mind game for Roman, and Roman can't beat Seth.
And I love that match where he came out as a member of the Shield and did that.
I'm he really knows what Roman's saying. I love this. I'm like, Seth is a jerk for doing that, but it works. So I mean, this match is really going to be tough. This is one of those matches where you really are going to have to be paying attention to from when the bell rings. To where, it gets to the finish because you got so many dang ways that it can finish.
You think a 30-minute match?
Bruh.
It's going to be the last match from the last night.
If they don't start that match by like 10:30, maybe like a 45-minute banger, that's going to happen.
Yeah. And I know they both got the stamina to go that long. That's no problem there.
They got stamina to go that long. Like they got it. It's just like when is it going? Like when they're going to start it? Like get together because that's going to be the match everybody going to be tuned in for.
Right. So overall, for the entire WrestleMania weekend, I think for the entire card, if I was to give the entire card a grade, I'd give it a solid B+. With the main event being, Roman and Cody, I think that will be the match that everybody's waiting for. It may not be the best match. I've told you, I thought Seth Rollins and Logan Paul would be the match, and you said the IC title will be the best one. I'm looking forward to it. There's going to be some matches that I'm going to take a break and go to the restroom, but there's some I'm going to be glued to my seat.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Same here.
Absolutely.
All right.
Wow. Yeah. Well, John Covey Cole is plotting Tommy's demise. Tommy is going to do something about it, and Sonny had an emergency. So you just got me and Mr. Linden here holding down the fort. Linden, it's 10 minutes after 8, which is fine since we started 10 minutes late. So we got our hour in. You got any final thoughts?
No final thoughts. We're just getting closer to WrestleMania. So.
I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely, I'm interested to seeing how this SmackDown is going to go on Friday, and then the Raw before Mania, and then the SmackDown before Mania.
Yep.
You know, hopefully it'll go good.
One final thought on that. Everybody talks about the Raw after Mania being a really popped up environment.
It's going to be a ruckus crowd.
I'm looking forward to that. They cheer everybody. They cheer the refs.
They don't care. They don't care.
Yeah.
Cheer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ruckus crowd the day after Mania.
Will we have? Do you think we'll have a Pat McAfee sighting?
We might. Who knows? Never know. The Raw after Mania might have a few calls from NXT as well.
I'd like to see it. So, well, Tommy, I think we've said everything we can say. You want to take us home?
Oh, damn. Tommy's not here. Well, if Tommy was here, people, he'd say he's just happy to be here and blah, 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 this and that, yada, yada, yada. But, that was then, this is now, so we'll just have to dine out in our own way.
Exactly.
So,
John would say, ramble on, you jerks.
exactly. So, you people that have been watching, come check back with us after Mania.
Yep.
We'll probably chit chat about what we thought, our thoughts on it and everything, and stuff of that nature. You probably don't want to miss it. You definitely don't want to miss, the arrogant John Cody Cole coming back, of course. But
still without a belt. I'm next in line.
Definitely.
I'm gonna find a way.
I guess I'll do the sign out this week. And so
Sure.
That's it. He's Michael Lee Wills. I'm Lyndon Childress. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Royal Rumble. And you know how we like to say, peoples, ramble on.
Ramble on, guys. Till next time.